what we have now. So I'll be sharing my slide now. So you see, so you'll be more entertained with the course. Uh, all right, so I believe you all can see my screen, right? And you can see what I'm sharing.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so give me some seconds. I'm trying to direct some people in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so now this is digital. Oh, sorry. Uh, excuse me. I brought out this slide for a different course. I just noticed that, so pardon me for that. Okay. All right. Okay. So now we have the slide for this particular course. All right. So digital marketing and SEO. All right. Um, so orientation first. This is the first day of our class. So I'll be giving you all the modalities of this class, and we'll properly introduce ourselves, so you understand the major purpose of why we're here, right? So first and foremost, my name is Francis Chukwemeka Akujobi, and I'll be your facilitator, trainer for this particular course within the learning period. So, um, so for this class, during this class, within this class, right, um, we'll mostly use the chat section to, carry out our communication effectively. Whatever thing you want to say, whatever, probably as I'm explaining and you're trying to make an input, that you can just use the chat box to the chat section to actually, you know, impute your uh, piece of information. Also, when you want to um, make a voice input, when you're prompted, you can either raise your hand. You can just raise your hand, then you turn up your mic and you make your vocal statement, your vocal input, right? So, so also, probably for those of you that joined the class today, without signing in with your actual names that you used to register for this course, so for monitoring and evaluation purposes, and for the automated attendance sheet purposes, I'll advise you that from tomorrow onwards, when trying to sign in for this class, try to make sure to use the names that they used to register for this course through the web platform to also sign in for your class. So that as you're signing in, the system is automatically taking your name to the sheet for attendance. So because if you don't do that, it's not going to match your names and you're going to lose the attendance. So you understand that your attendance is 70% for your certification. So for you to earn your certificate after this masterclass, it's important for you to have 70% attendance minimum, right? And every other thing that follows, um, coursework, group assignments, and the final examination at the end of the training. So, so as I said, on my dashboard here, I could actually see your names. I could see um, virtually almost everybody's names here. All right. Give me some seconds, please. Okay, so I'm here now. So as I was saying, I've seen your names on my dashboard, and of course, as class goes on, I'll get to know those who are proactive and those who are, kind of quiet. Yeah, sorry, I'm here. I'm here. I'm just having some prompt message to reply concerning this class. Okay, so I believe most of you have understood what the information I passed across earlier. And one other thing, it's important. It will be important for each and every one of you to be really active in this training, right? So because I think it's necessary, not I think, it is actually necessary for you to be active during this training, right? So, um, right. Um, So, marketing, digital marketing, right? Just like Raphael and Ayomide stated earlier, we'll see a proper definition. I think we all know the proper definition, but is basically in a layman language. I like keeping things simple. In a layman language, it's just digital marketing is you um, showcasing or showing to the public a particular product or services online, either through social media or through um, websites, right? Or through search engine, right? So it's just you changing your analog system of marketing to a digital system of marketing. So, and marketing is simply you being able to successfully convert your product into cash, right? Successfully selling your product. When you successfully sold the product, that's when you say you've successfully done a marketing, right? So those as the word implies, market. So when you get to the market, all you see in the market is product. Who owns those products? Sellers, right? So you, who is the consumer, you are coming to exchange that cash for those products that the sellers own, right? So it's same thing here. You as a digital marketer, you are the seller and you own your product. So you're in the marketplace this time around. The marketplace is your digital space. And they have different types of marketplace, right? You have the social media marketplace and you have the website marketplace, you have the search engine marketplace, right? So one beautiful thing about the digital marketing is that these marketplaces are usually interconnected, right? So it's just you learning the art or understanding the art on how to properly showcase your products as a seller, convince those consumers who is going to come to those marketplaces, convince them, you know, in order for you to end up exchanging that's your product for their cash, right? So you've carried out a proper business, right? Is this simple explanation understandable? Like most of you understood this simple explanation, yeah?
Yeah, it
Okay,
is.
all right. So, so just like I said during the orientation of this course, the modality of this course, like going onwards, if you want to make a statement, you raise your hand. I wouldn't like you that you open your mic to speak, right? And but in case I ask a question like I did earlier, I would like you to use the chat section to actually notify me if you're actually hearing or you understood or you have a question, you know. So we'll have a proper organized class. All right. So In the course of this class, I'll try to mix my personality, right? Corporate, casual, fun, serious, so that I will accommodate everybody's method of learning, right? Some people learn in a funful environment, some people learn in a very serious environment, some people learn in a logic environment, right? So in order to accommodate everyone's type of learning environment, I would try as much as possible to I'll make everybody blend in and carry everyone along. All right. So, in the course of this training, I would like you all to have a list of these softwares on your devices, right? I believe most of you have phones and laptops, right? So, regardless of your phones and your laptop, those are like the first equipment that you need to have. Then the next ones are your softwares, right? So I would like you to have your CapCut installed. You already have your Teams installed. I would like you to have your LinkedIn installed and set up. I would like you to have your Facebook installed and set up. I also like you to have your Instagram installed and set up as well. All right. So I'd like you all to have your Instagram set up as well. So I believe you all heard the softwares I requested for. Your CapCut. How many of us knows how to use CapCut here? Okay, Ayomide said he. Ayomide, are you a lady or a young man? So I will not misquote you for a guy or a lady. So okay, okay. Okay, some said they can use CapCut, some say they cannot use CapCut. Right, so okay. Now the reason why I asked that question is because um for you to be a good marketer, right, you need to understand how to, package your product, right? You see, packaging is one important aspect, like is the very important aspect of marketing. Some people say they want to learn digital marketing. Some of them even say that they are digital marketers, but they end up forgetting or end up not knowing mm, the main essential for marketing of marketing rather. So in order for a person or for someone to say, okay, I am a professional digital marketer, the person should be able to know how to package products and services, right? So because it's very basic, it's very important. In fact, that is your marketing per se, right? That is your marketing. The digital there is just the method or the means at which you convey these visualizations. You send out these products in pictures and in videos, right? So that's why in this course, the first part of this course that we are going to be learning and understanding after we must have gained a theoretical explanation of the digital marketing itself. We'll be looking at how to use CapCut efficiently to an extent. The class duration is not too much for us to dive into it properly, but it's going to be the first part, right? So where we'll be learning what content marketing is, right? So where you create content for those products and services, then the next form is for you to actually market them. That was going up, bro, recently around I think late last week, last week, that Nigeria is now eligible for receiving payments on Facebook, right? For those socialites who reach the requirements, they are now eligible. Nigeria is now eligible to partake in receiving payments, right? So I think things are beginning to turn out really, really good on the social space. So it's important for you to know how to actually benefit from it. It's important for you to actually know how to benefit from it. So content marketing is going to be the first section, then social media, then we wrap it up with uh, what should I call it? Advertising, right? Digital advertising. Excuse me. Emmanuel say you cannot hear me. I think, please, if any other person can hear me, please you can use the chat to indicate so I'll know if it's actually my network or is Emmanuel's network. So if you can hear me properly, please I would like you to indicate on the chat section that you can hear me properly. Okay, Munachi say can hear me. So uh, Samuela and Emmanuel, I think maybe you should find a strong and better spot for your network so that you hear me properly. This is an online class, so one of the challenges that most learners and most trainers have is network problems as Nigeria is concerned. But regardless, we still try our best to see how we get a better coverage. Okay, so in content, let me see what's on my slide. All right, so before we talk about this market, okay, before we talk about marketing strategy process is actually a very long one, but we'll see how to go about it. All right, see how to go about it. Um, so going through the slide, so we are skimming the slide right during this orientation day, so we know what we are expecting. So we'll see that there's a strategy for marketing, and there's also channels for marketing, right? So um, just like I said, content marketing. Content marketing is more like the general name for video and pictures, infographics, name them, graphics, podcast, audio, all of them. They are under content marketing, right? Then we have video marketing, which is like the present day essential for marketing. Then the other channel is social media, right? Which is the present day also merged with content, right? I think the fourth one is supposed to be okay, email marketing as well, where you push out, you know, what should I call it? Email newsletters about new products to those customers or those prospective clients that you must have generated leads on, right? So to keep them in track with your product, or some of them who actually took interest in one or two of your products but hasn't completed, haven't done a successful business with you. Use marketing, email marketing to actually target them and give them a reminder, right? So all these channels merged together, what drives them further? What drives them further is the advert, right? So one thing most marketers fail to understand is that they fail to understand that for you to actually thrive in a social space, you need to flow with the algorithm, right? And for you to flow with the algorithm, you need to uh, you need to do, you need to impute this access fee, right? You need to impute this access fee, and that access fee is you conducting a paid advert, right? There's no two ways about it. It's either you conduct a paid advert through the social platform itself, or you conduct a paid advert through affiliate marketing, right? There is partnership, uh, in the sense that just like the traditional affiliate marketing these bloggers do on Instagram, Sunday Ednots and the rest, right? So these are the ways, the methods as which you can gain visible results on the social space, right? So there's no saying, okay, you post this content, you post that content, you do this one, you do this one, then people will begin to like your videos, see your videos, right? That's not how it works, right? So, and I'll make you understand in this explanation now. You see, you know, and social apps like Facebook and Instagram, Twitter itself, name them, TikTok, all the social platform, right? They were created by a team of developers, or just one man team of developers, right? And of course, it's a social space, right? So the person who owns the app will definitely want to generate revenues, right? So, and since the person has already imputed the initial, investments to build the website, sorry, build the app, do necessary things, host it, continue paying for hosting fees, you know, storage for database of the sign up username and everything, you know, all these extra costs that the developers or the owner of the social platform must have incurred, right? So once it's now launched to the public, definitely they want to generate revenue. And in doing so, they also have benefits for the users. That is to say, if you meet some certain requirements, they themselves is going to actually give you some stipends for actually pulling traffic to their platform, right? So now the developers themselves know that okay, they own a particular large amount of database, a large amount of leads, right? That is names of people who signed up, their different locations, numbers, name them, right? In different countries. So now you as a company, as an owner, you want to assess that market, that population, because those datas, those leads are a large amount of population. All right, so you want to assess them. They contain your prospective clients, prospective consumers who may be interested in your product, who will want to also jam traffic to your own social page, right? So in order for you to access them, you need to have a token access through the owner of that platform, right? That is where the owner, the developer, or the owner of that social platform had introduced advertising, paid advert, right? So it's just a fine name for it. In real essence, you're just paying a token to access a large number of database, right? So regardless of that, you can keep posting and posting and posting. Regardless, even the social app, they recognize content that actually bring relevance to their social space. So the algorithm itself tends to promote that content, right? That's why you see um, uh, nude content or sexual content on all this social space pull traffic very well because virtually almost everybody wants to set their eye on nakedness or anything, right? And thereby that content pulls in likes, views, you see, without any stress. The owner of that content is not actually paying any access fee. He has already, gone beyond the algorithm. Like he has done what the algorithm recognizes. So the moment that thing is initiated, the owner, the algorithm in the app tends to recognize that activity and itself tends to push it on, push it on, push it on, push it on, such so that more users is going to jump on that social app, right? See, everything, most thing on this social space is marketing. So it does depends on how well you put your plus and minus, division, multiplication, and the rest. How you add them up, sum it up together to get result. So back to what I was saying initially. So for you as a company or a business owner, for you to access that database or that pool of population, you need to pay an access token or access fee, which is the advert fee that you're paying either on a daily basis, yeah, or weekly basis or monthly basis. Right. So the moment you initiate that token fee and it was successful, right, then the system tends to launch your content freely, like without restriction, without barriers to this pool of liquidity within that location that you must have selected, right? So that's what advertising, that's what marketing digitally is. You understanding? That's what marketing digitally is in a nutshell. I hope we all understood this explanation, this short explanation I've just done now. All right? Okay. So Samuel understood. All right. So so far so good on this orientation and this introduction of the course, explanation and everything. Um, do you have any question that you may want to ask? Um, or you need to be clear about a particular thing that you must have heard. I just said now. So if you have any of this, you can actually open the chat section and during this, you use this chat section to make that request, or you raise your hand, then you're allowed to turn up your mic and you speak. Anyone? No one? Okay. Chineza, okay, I can hear you. Chineza, you can open up your mic and speak.
No, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Sorry, my voice might be low. I'm very sick. So I wanted to ask something about this marketing. You said that the
Okay.
owners will have to pay tokens to be able to promote their businesses, right?
Yes.
On most of their platforms. Okay, like if you're not the business owner, you're like a freelancer, someone who is working for this particular brand or company to promote their
Okay.
business as an
Yeah.
as a marketer. Yeah. Are you the one to pay the tokens, or they're going to pay the tokens for you? And how will you be able to relate to them that it's not for you to take this token, pay the tokens for their brand?
Your voice is breaking. I was not hearing you from where you said, "Are you the one that is going to? You the one to go to them?" I can't. I didn't hear the remaining things you said. Can you
Okay.
come in?
I was asking, okay.
Uh-huh.
I said, am I the one to pay for the tokens if they are paying me for the job, or they'll be the one to pay for the tokens for the
Okay.
adverts?
Okay. All right. That's a very nice question and very important question. Right. So you see, everything has a business model, right? You know, as a business developer that I am, I tend to see most things in the view of business, right? So now, citing what Chinaza has just asked, a digital marketer, right, who is trying to promote a product of a particular company, right? So, in a real sense, you are an advert manager, right? So you know the pulls and you know the knobs that you need to pull in order for you to actually come pull these metrics together, right? Pull these results, because at the end of the day, you have to present a report to the owners of the product that, okay, you have successfully run your advert, and this is the aggregate. These are the number of people who interacted with your product, your content. This is the number of visibility you had, and all this and all that and all this, right? So now, you as the advert manager or the digital marketer itself, you have no business with the product owner demanding a fee, demanding fee for uh, adverts from them. All these things in your business model, you should have broken it down and imputed them into your service cost, right? So initially, from your service costs, you must have known how tailored down. Okay, this is what they're going to charge. If a particular product owner wants to run an advert for a week, you know that, okay, for you to launch this advert for a week, this is the amount you're going to pay to the social app owners. You could also pay some amount to some influencers, right? So once you've understood this cost, right? You put it down together, then you now know your service, then you now add your own workmanship, which is a service cost that you use to actually put these things together, right? So once you've aggregated all these things, then you've known how to modify your total service charge. Now your own is just to present that, okay, this is the cost of me running this advert for you within a specific time frame, right? So the duty of the product owner is just to pay you the required amounts that you charged. Then you now use your own duty as the advertiser and the marketer to now know how to distribute this money, this costs on the various platform in order for you to push this product content and gain the results that you want. Boy, what you want as a product, as a digital marketer or as an advertiser, you just want at the end of a successful campaign, you just want to have a good metrics. You just want to have a good aggregate result on the number of people who interacted with that campaign. I hope I gave you solution, Chinasa. All right, that's nice. Okay, so Elizabeth, you raise your hand so you can actually open your mic and speak.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good
Please, my
morning. I can hear.
question is, after running, okay, sir. My question is, if after running an advert and you covered a large matrix of people interacting um with
Your voice, I can't hear you anymore. I can't hear you
like
anymore.
buying the product, can you hear me now, sir?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me? Or should I drop my question in the chat box?
I can hear you. You can go on.
Should I go ahead?
Yes, yes.
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead. Can you hear me? If you cannot hear me, you can use the chat to
Okay,
drop
my
your question.
question is, if after running an advert and you got some engagements and can I go on?
Yes.
My question is, if after running an advert and you got some engagements on it, but nobody actually patronized like buying the product, how do you recover your money, or is there anything that could be done, or is it possible after running an advert your product will be bought? That's my question.
Okay. Now, what you're trying to say is that you run an advert and people ended up not buying the product. Is it that can you
Yes, sir.
get your the money that you used to run the advert in return?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me answer that question properly. So now once you run an advert through a social platform, you can't get that money back, right? You see, that's why they have professionals. That's why you are training yourself to become a professional. That's why you are here on this masterclass, right? Now, it is your duty to keep tact. You can't just run an advert and sit down there. You fold your arms and say, "Okay, I've run an advert too, so the advert should just run. People will just come and buy it. People will just come and do this. People will just come and do that, right?" They have different type of campaigns. That's one thing you need to understand. As a business that is trying to gain face on the public space, within your first, second, third, fifth, fourth, and to fifth campaign that you run, I don't expect you to. I don't think that you should expect sales, as in sales from those adverts within those five campaigns. What you should be aiming for is awareness, right? When running a business model, you need to come up with there's always a plan, there's always a faces. There are faces that you have to go through, right? That's why companies, when trying to roll out a project, they have a project manager, and it's the duty of the project manager to break down the phases on how they are going to meet this target, right? Achieve this target, right? So for you to conduct marketing of a product, nobody knows your product, right? Nobody knows your product. So first thing you need to run is an awareness. Okay, awareness that okay, Chijindu, Chioma, Emeka, Emmanuel, I'm selling this, so this product. Do you know that this product can do this? Do you know that this product can do that? That's the awareness campaign. That is the adverts you are running. First, second, right? Third, fourth, fifth. Now, the reason you're doing this thing, psychologically, you are trying to imprint your business, your products, your services your business ideas into the minds or into the memories of these people who come across with your campaign content, right? So that when next you run a campaign, that awareness, during that awareness period, you must have pulled traffic to your page, to your profile. You must have put traffic to your website if you have a website. You must have used that awareness to actually gather some leads, right? All these things are strategies you may want to put together, right, to actually gather results. Please give me some seconds. So sorry for that breaking transmission. So as I was saying, um, okay, so you run the adverts for awareness, then the next thing, you must have had strategies that you need to use to either collect their user information, that is their emails, phone numbers, names, and they must have already either subscribed to your social pages, or liked your pages, followed you, right? So these are the part of the things you achieve when you run an awareness. Now, for you to successfully make sales of your product, once you continue on that aspect, there are people who must have showed interest either through your comment section or through the message you that, okay, I would like to buy this product. There's what is called follow up, right? Then you conduct a follow up on those prospective clients. Because if you don't conduct a follow up, you might end up not turning them into uh, active sales. That is to say, when someone comes to like, okay, I would like you to make this so bead for me. Maybe you make beads, right? You make ileke, right? That's the way Yoruba say it. So maybe a lady comes and say, okay, I would like to purchase this bead. What is the cost, right? You tell the person the cost. You'll be like, okay, um, all right. Right now I'm not prepared, but I would like to buy maybe so period. Now that is a prospective client, right? What you're supposed to do as a product owner or as the manager for the business model manager for that company or whatever, you're supposed to put that particular client on a list of prospective clients. That is to say, you will give them timely reminder, not the one that is going to frustrate them, but the one that is going to remind them that okay, um, this product is still available. We also have new product. Just this daily, you know, checks and reminder until the client say, okay, how do I receive this product? You make, once there's a successful transaction, you've done your successful sale, right? That's the joy of a business owner or a product owner. So subsequently, you know, and the advert is not something that you want to be doing. You running. No, you have faces for them. The awareness, then after a short time, you release content, you follow up on those people you've already gathered, you see how you could, imprint your products, your services to them, Then another one you could still run, you cannot run an engagement type of campaign where they will have to engage with your content, fill forms. You can also get information from there. Then probably another one, you cannot run a sales campaign. That is to say, if they want this particular product, they could chat you through your WhatsApp, or they could call you, or no, they could use the call to action button. That is the CTA. They can use the CTA, the call to action button, to actually interact with that desired product, right? So probably you might run a discount, and you say, okay, to get this discount, feel this, feel that, chat me up, and so when you run an advert through social platforms, so you need to know the ones they are running, because once you pay and the advert begins to run, at the end of the advert, there's no return. Social platform has already done their duty to boost your content, make those rich. Now it's your duty to actually follow up with people who interact with those content, either through comment section, or when they click the button and they arrive to your WhatsApp chat. It's your duty to actually save their contact, follow them up on the chat. All these follow-ups. This is how you make your sales, right? I hope I answered your questions, Elizabeth. Okay. All right. You're welcome. So I think it's just those two questions that we have from Chinaza and Elizabeth. So during the course of this training, just the ending part, I think I've broken it down into three major parts. Right. The advert part, we are going to see how we could use a popular advert manager. We'll see how to set it up. We'll see how to navigate around it, and see what to do to actually run an advert. And at the end, we'll now be able to see the number of people we have reached, right? And Samuela asks that, can the metrics be influenced to gain a better result? So did you say, what do you mean by matrix? Or are you saying algorithm or the matrix? Metrics, I think what I mean by metrics is the average results, the number of people who engage with that advert, that content, right, during the advert period. Algorithm is like uh, a robot, or let's say an AI, that is embedded within the back end of uh, that social app, right? So let me understand which one you mean. Okay, so you understand? Okay. All right. So, but inside the two, which one do you mean? Is it the metrics or the algorithm? Okay, the algorithm. All right. For for the algorithm to be influenced to gain a better result, when we get to social media marketing part of this course, we are going to understand it better. But for you to influence the algorithm to gain better results, you need to flow with the trend. One, you need to know what the algorithm recognizes, like what is going to benefit. Okay, you think it this, you have to think, put your thoughts this way. Are you following what is trending, right? What is currently trending? Are you following that? Then the next thing is, what are you going to do that is going to benefit you and also benefit the social app itself, right? So once you understand this thing, uh, then you know how to go about it. Chingwe, your camera is on. I hope you're aware. All right. So, um, what was I saying? The 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 attitude that Chingwe did on the camera. That was what was trying to make me laugh. So once you understand these things, all right, then then you know how to go about your content. Just like I cited an example initially, that once you go on the social space now, social media per se, there is no way that you not scroll content and you not find a content that is nude, right? You not find something that is trending, like something that everybody wants to watch. Everybody wants to watch a naked lady, right? Both male and female, right? They actually want to see that content. Most ladies want to see guys with chiseled abs, fine chest, this one, all those things, right? Some people like content that is full of love, right? Some people like content that, there are different type of content that is out there, right? So it depends on the one that you have decided to say, okay, you want to actually do that you use to boost engagement on these social apps. There are different ways, right? That's why you see on Instagram, like almost everybody there is going mad because, like, when you go on Instagram, and recently Twitter also did its own too, right? When you go on Twitter, you be like, oh my god, what is happening here on Twitter, right? So all these things, they know that, okay, they want engagement on this social app. The app owners know that, I need people on these social apps. I need them to be here. And for them to be actually here, they will need to see what is going to interest them. That's what I'm explaining to you, how to know what's going to benefit the app. I'm saying it. Things that you know that you want to create this content, everybody wants to jump on it. We are doing things that is going to bring people to come and view, watch, like. Once you hit that watch and like time, even the algorithm will recognize it that, okay, this thing is pulling traffic. They will try to spread it even wider, right? They'll spread it to like almost everybody's screen, so that the moment they pop in, they are seeing it, they are liking it, they are commenting and stuff like that. Right? I think some months back, what was trending was noodles, right? That's one of the trend. That's the cover word for it. Noodles, noodles of celebrities, right? And that thing was just boosting, boosting interaction. Twitter was just carrying it, you know. But one other thing that trended in Nigeria was the banter between Wizkid and Davido. Twitter was also on hits then, right? Name them. And now what is actually going on Instagram is, initially it was Chivido that shut down everywhere. Next thing was now I think is a very dark man and Polo, and name them Iyabo, name them Fela son, name them Shehu Kuti, Abi Sheyi Kuti, all of them, right? Banters everywhere. Then if you now find another social platform again, you now see, many other things that are increasing activity, right? So as it's increasing that activity, even the apps is recognizing it and like also, making it relevant, because Once nothing is happening on those social platforms, even the social platforms too will lose market, right? Will lose market. I hope it has understood. There's a lot in digital marketing. Digital marketing is beyond you just sitting down and say, oh, what is digital marketing? Is it just marketing? Yeah, 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 this, that, and that, and that. There's actually a lot in it, right? Someone was trying to type something, but I think the person just got tired and didn't type anymore. So I think this orientation day has been very impactful, and I've explained a lot more some things in digital marketing, not actually a lot, right? Some things in digital marketing, so that it's able to put your minds together. You know, after this masterclass, you may end up becoming either a marketer for your own business, or someone could actually hire you to become a marketer for their own businesses, right? I think the last three classes I did. After that, someone within that class DM'd me that a particular company was looking for a digital marketer, and they were precise. They requested a female marketer precisely here in Owerri, right? So I'll also advise you guys that during this masterclass, use the opportunity to boost your portfolio, right? Portfolio development is very important. There's no way that you can escape from portfolio development, all right? Because I mean, after acquiring the skill and stuff like that, and tomorrow you're called upon to come and mount this particular position in a particular firm, and they try to ask you, okay, what have you done in the past? Can you see the things you've done in the past? Like, let's see your output. Then you begin to scratch your hair and rub your beard and start to say right? They don't really care. They don't want to know about that. That's not what they want to hear. They want to say, okay, what they want to actually hear is, okay, you can hear, look on my social page. You can actually see this. Okay, I've gone across to actually have a one-page website that carries all the work I've done, right? All those things. So one of the methods or one of the ways you can actually develop your portfolio with the opportunity of these master classes, engaging in the tasks that are assigned, right? They say create a particular content for so, post it on your social page, right? Post it and leave it there. Some people might be saying, my social page is too organized for this kind of thing. Whoa, that's not my business. Who is going to benefit from it is you afterwards, right? So it's either you find a way to have a social page where you can actually put those tasks that you are assigned, that you created and you're assigned to do, and have it stay there. You use it as a portfolio, right? Most of us don't know that portfolio is important. When they say portfolio, some people think the portfolio is just when you type it on your CV. Like, who wants to read what you typed? Anybody can type anything, right? What they actually want to see is a link to the visual, to the video, or to the picture, right? Sometimes pictures can be doctored, but it's in rare cases that videos can be doctored, right? So all these things, most of us here don't have the resources or the revenue to actually build a website, even one page, and host it, right? So there are social platforms there for you to actually create this thing, do these tasks, post these portfolios there, right? And as you're posting them, they actually have dates embedded on it. Are you understanding? That's one important thing you need to know. In fact, that's why the social media, your social profiles or social pages, your personal social profiles and pages are the important places where you need to drop your portfolio, because you're not the one that puts the date there. Someone owns the app, right? So the moment you're trying to share it and they look at the date to be like, okay, this is the actual date, because Benny, you're not the one that put the date there. right? Someone did, like the owner of the app did. So you can't doctor it. So it's also hard to show that okay, you have so years of experience in this thing. So let's say for instance now you actually did a marketing campaign in 2020, right? And you were able to post it there. Or probably you did a training and they gave you assignment and you posted it on your social platform. Fast forward to 2024 now, and you're trying to man a position. So, but between that 2020 to 2024, you've not actually had the opportunity to create new content because probably you might be engaged in other type of job or other types of occupation, right? So, but within that period, you're actually developing yourself in marketing, right? So now the opportunity has come. They'll be like, okay, can I see a portfolio of you in this particular occupation? And lo and behold, 4 years ago, there's one you actually posted on your social platform. You can just go there, copy the link, extract the link, and show it to them. When they watch it, they'll be like, okay, you actually have 4 years in this experience. That's nice, right? Because the date is there, right? You can't change that thing. The date is there already, you know. So so it's important for you to actually do that. That's why I said in the beginning of this class, I said you need to have necessary softwares and also put your mind very well to actually do this training, right? Do it very well. Do the tasks, do the assignments, do them very well. Post them. In fact, when you're doing the tasks, do it as if you're doing. Okay, this masterclass. Look at this masterclass as an internship, right? And what do you do in internship? They give you tasks to do. So when you're given the task to do and you're trying to do it as though you're being evaluated by a company. Of course, you're evaluated by this company, the SEP, because at the end of the day, they're going to certify you, right? So do it. When you say, okay, create a content for this product, you're trying to market a particular product. Do it with all your consciousness. Put it there, so that once you create the content and you have it in your social, it's there, right? You yourself, you can say, this content is very nice, or ah, let me see how I can move it around, push it around very well. And from there, who knows, right? So that's the explanation so far on those aspects. Okay. So, right. So, any more questions? Or I should just go ahead with one or two other explanations and then go, we'll move further. If no question, okay. Chinaza has a question. Alright. You can open your mic and ask.
Sir, my question is related to this one you explained, considering the portfolio you mentioned. Can that particular video you created be used for almost every platform that you are trying to apply that kind of job for? Or is it for a certain social platforms or for all of it? Just like Upwork, for instance. Just like Upwork will ask you to upload a portfolio. Can you be able to upload such videos on Upwork?
Okay. Very good. I think there's something on your background that is making noise, or maybe it's the radio frequency on your phone. Something is interfering with it. But regardless, I heard what you said. Um. Okay. Upwork per se, right? I think towards the end of the class, we are also going to see how to set that up and also do a bit of explanation for Upwork. profile, uh, thereabout, right? So now that portfolio, right? Like on my own Upwork profile, right? I have portfolios of content I've done before, right? Static content per se, right? And some motion picture content, right? So now once you create this tags and all this content, you can actually have it on your social page, right? So now what you do is once you upload it on either on your Instagram or on your Facebook or on your LinkedIn, right? So once you're trying to attach that particular portfolio, that video content or that marketing content or that thing that you did for that particular niche, right? So once you're trying to add it as a portfolio on Upwork, what you just need to do is you take a picture. Like there's always a front cover picture of it. You have to get a front cover picture of it, a very nice one that is going to serve as a thumbnail, right? Then some few description of what you did or how the customer what the customer actually wanted, right? Then the next thing is the video, the link to that video that you've uploaded, right? So that's how you add the content as a portfolio on your Upwork profile. So once you add the link, you've automatically added it as a portfolio on your Upwork profile. So should in case now you try to uh, you make a bid and you're successful on that bid on Upwork, right? Then before you get successful, of course, the clients will have to do his or her own research. So that's when they'll go to your portfolio and they'll check the works you've done before. That's when they'll read through, watch, click the link, see all the things you've done, and get back to get back to you and either initiate the contract or initiate the contract. Right? So uh, that's how you do it, right? So the portfolio is dependent on you. If you say, okay, you want this your personal profile on Instagram to carry all your executive, all your corporate work, all the things that are required that is pertain to you on your skill set or name them, blah blah blah. You can actually use that Instagram profile for it, right? I think Instagram should do very well for you, but I think um, there's a way you could do it. Instagram should do because when you say you want to upload on YouTube, you have to upload it a certain way, right? So when you're uploading it to YouTube, you have to make it unpublished so that it's not going to read for advert, else they are not going to allow the the link to be embedded, right? So I think Instagram Instagram uh, should be a good spot for you. And LinkedIn, in fact, LinkedIn is other good spots again, right? Another good spot for you to actually post your content. So, but when you're trying to make all these videos for portfolio and everything, it's just like a summary of it. So it's not something that is going to be very lengthy and very long. Maybe you can just fast forward the video so that you make it short within 1 or 2 minutes, right? And thereabouts, so that it could actually fit in all this social space, social platform. Is that okay, Chinaza, or you need more explanation on it?
It's okay, sir. I've heard you. Thank you, sir.
All right, all right. Well, so, um, now, so since there's a little time left. Right, I think we have a few minutes left. So let me use that time to like begin some explanation on the first part of this course, which is the content marketing part. So the content marketing part is basically the content creation part of it, right? So because as a marketer, there's no way that do you can say you want to market without content, right? Because it's that content they're going to use for advertising. So now there was a video I came across yesterday on Instagram where a young boy was saying that for you to create content you don't really need much. You don't really need a stand, excess lights, this, that, right? And he ended up turning his other camera to show what he's actually using to hold his camera that he was using to do that podcast, right? So when he turned it, he was showing that he said it's just a tissue paper and something, a roll. In my mind, I laughed, right? He should go ahead with it, right? And he should actually do an advert for a product and let's see who actually engage with it, alright? So, in actually creating a content for a product, you need to have equipment that is going to create a good visual for those products. Because what draws people to buy your product is how well that content is neat, colorful, clear, no distraction, is very dynamic on your social page or on that campaign, right? So even if you're trying to advertise toothpick, right? So make sure that you use a good camera and a good lighting to actually take pictures of that toothpick or do a video, uh, a video content for the toothpick, right? So make sure that the video editing is nice. It has fine effects, fine transition, a nice storyline. You understand? Because it's how well you create those things that uh, uh, is going to build or draw or show how well you sell that product. You understand? So in content creation part for marketing, as a business owner or maybe tomorrow now they now require you to be a social media manager, right? It's still part of digital marketing because you're actually marketing that uh, that person you're managing his or her social media, right? So it's important for you to know how to handle your cameras, know how to take pictures, know how to take good content, know how to do good lighting, right? Just the way how many of us have seen Coca-Cola adverts before? I know you must have come across it. And not just Coca-Cola. Um, what should I call it? Like all this Maggi, all this seasoning for food. Have you seen when they used to do their advert, right? So when they do all these adverts, it always comes out neat and clear, right? And that's what gives you a different view to the public because when it's not clear, even the social media is not going to push that your content. Sometimes they might even reject it and take it down, right? If the picture and the videos are not clear enough, they will not even allow it to go anywhere. That's why you see sometimes you wonder, okay, you created the content, you run an advert, but you did not do anything, did not do much. It's because of the content you created was poor. And despite you paying for the advert, the social media didn't want to allow something that is not having it. good quality to come and spoil their, I mean, they always want to show what is colorful, classy, and shiny to people. So because uh, the more it is like that, the more it attracts more engagement and more viewership, right? So when creating your content, even though you're using a phone camera, right, or some of you that can afford the digital camera, so it's important for you to have to use good lighting, right? So even if it's just a DIY type of light that you need to do, you don't need to go to the studio and start buying all those heavy lights. You can just go to electrical shop and buy one fluorescent, that big fluorescent light. I mean, it's exposure, right? What matters is that you have enough light. Then the next thing is your camera. The camera is what gives your video a good quality. Light plus camera type gives you a very good video, right? Video quality, I mean to say. So the main thing that you want to invest in is your camera. That is, if you're using a phone, you try to get a good camera, right? Then next, you can also try to uh, get what is it called? You can also try to get what is it called? A mic, right? They have this chest mic, or you can actually buy a Rode mic. Rode mic is one that has good quality, right? So once you have, they can hear you very well, like you're audible. The light can expose your face very well and also expose your background very well, expose the products you're trying to show them, and the camera can actually capture good quality. That's a good marketing content, right? Then the next thing is just to distribute it. Your distribution is the social platforms, right? Then the next thing is the follow-ups and so on and so forth. So you can see that the first basic is the content development. So you need to know how to find your way around it. And in developing all this content, you can't just carry your camera and mount in your tripod and start recording. Of course, you end up doing and so and the toothpick open and you can pick it all those kind of things, right? So in creating content, you need to actually have to write scripts, right? Scripting is very important. These days they have people who carry scripting as a professional skill, right? How to write a script in a very nice storytelling manner, right? So also you too, you can actually do that kind of thing with the help of artificial intelligence now, right? How AI could actually help you put together a script in a particular storytelling manner, so that once you are reading it in that content and everything, it's going to be nice and it's going to be captivating, right? So you can see that in content marketing alone, there is a lot that needs to be done, right? From pre-shoot to shoot to production and to distribution, right? Pre-shooting, the shooting itself, the production itself, the distribution, right? So the pre-shoot is where you put together your props, you come with the concept, right? You come with the visualizations, what have you. Then that's where you put together the script in the storytelling manner, right? And then during the shoot, that's when you begin to put all those things together in that content, right? So there is a lot. So, but as time goes on, you'll be good at it. All right. So in that scripting, you can use artificial intelligence. So when we go deeper tomorrow, we're going to see, or not just tomorrow, sure. I think tomorrow is we're going to see um, cameras, setups, types of shoot, and blah 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 that is under content, right? Then I think probably during the third class, that's when you see scripting and so on and so forth. So now under this content, now what I've just explained is the video aspect. Now even and I also explained I did a little touch on the picture aspect, right? So where I said you use proper light to take good pictures of that toothpick that you actually want to market. Now, when what if you want to just do like a graphics, right? Like a graphics content where the graphics designer will have to design a very nice graphics for you and with the product, right? So that's where you need to put into cognizance. You need to put it into good understanding, right? You need to put it into good understanding the how the outcome of that thing will look like. So probably you don't know, you can't afford um, a good or something. Let's say you can't afford a graphic designer. So that's why there's Canva, which is a free platform where you can actually pick templates. You select different templates, right? These templates you can edit them. You put your own picture, put your own text. The design is already there. All you're just doing is changing. You can put your own picture, put your text, put everything, and then you have your graphics designed for you. And now the downside of it is that on the free version, the quality of the graphic design that you get is going to be typically poor, right? So, but I think once you go for the pro version, you begin to download those designs in higher pixels, in higher quality, right? So that's the downside. But aside that, if you say you can manage the low quality, it can still serve you better, and then you can go ahead with it. Not just that, also, yeah, that's the free one for now. I think, yeah, that's the free one for now. That's the free one for now. So even on that Canva, you can also see some infographics, right? Some infographics where you put like a detailed information about the product, and you can also put it together and send it through email marketing, right? Through email newsletter. So all these things are things that you can use to actually uh, market your product in content. So content is quite a lot, right? So in this content, like I said, you have CapCut. So after learning how to create this content, then we'll also be seeing how to edit this content, right? So that's where we'll have to dive into our CapCut apps and see how we could actually, you know, do a lot of work, right? Um, so that's where you see, if you actually want to, some parts you want to add. You want to add some memes. You want to add a particular text. You want to say this. You want to do voiceover. That's where you do all those things, right? So after doing all the whole contents, blah blah blah, everything, and you finally come out with the final piece of that video, which they're going to use for the marketing. That's when you now rest small. I said, okay, the video has been produced. Now what next? Distribution. So that's where you have to climb on all the social platform and push that particular video that is selling that product to every face if possible, right? You push it, make them understand that okay, you actually put in a very hard work to produce this video. So look at the information, put it. Right. Uh, so I'm just trying my best to put together all the whole theory, most of the theoretical aspect of this course today, so that when we go deeper into the practical part, we begin to see things even better. Tomorrow I will tomorrow I will explain these marketing strategy processes. All right. So because it's a strategy, and um, as marketers, you need to have and understand these strategies, right? Then we will now see how to touch practically on the content marketing. Okay. So okay. So deeper into that content part. For creating this content, I've made mention of the cameras, I've made mention of the lights, I've also made a statement on your phone stand, and all those things, and your mic, right? Then, one thing you also need to understand is that for every product, they have their various types of content, they have their various types of videos, right? For those ladies who, I think it's ladies who do most of that type of business, for those ladies who sell intimacy products, like all those female health products, wash and the rest, you understand that the type of content is going to be entirely kind of different. So what I want to make you understand is that they have different content type for different product type, right? So you can't expect the content type for uh, baby diapers or baby food or baby clothes to be the same content type for uh, intimacy products, skincare products, and so on and so forth, right? So so far so good for all those intimacy products and skincare products and the rest. The method or the concept or the type of video for marketing that product is entirely different. That's where you see product owner merging a little bit of sensitive pictures and some, distractions as well. So, as to actually convey the information that they have about the product. That's why you see most of them when creating this content, they are usually or often as how should I put it, raw with their verbal statements, right? So because they need the viewer or the prospective customer to understand what he or she is trying to obtain, right? So that's in type of types of content. Okay, if I may ask, how many of you here have conducted? Okay, I actually wanted to ask that question earlier, but I just remembered now. Um, for like, okay, let's say I think Chinaza must have. Chinaza should actually be in position to answer this question. But I also asked it generally. Let me just ask it generally though. How many of you have actually conducted like a created? How many of you have actually created a video for advert purpose before? Like you've ever created a video for an advert purpose before? How many of you? Umu Chineke. Uh, by Isa said I've never. Chinaza said I have, but okay, this guy I haven't. I haven't. Wow. Okay. All right. For those of you that have never and haven't, right? Okay, I think it's very good for you to concentrate on this class so you learn it at least. Then you put in your own effort to get a mastery of it. Remember, this is a master class, right? So Chinaza, I know that that's why I called the name earlier. For that one that you created but you weren't satisfied with it. What content type did you create? Like for what product did you create the video advert? Yes, yes, you can talk.
Okay, so it was not actually for a product, it was for a brand, for a company. There's solar company. Yeah. So I actually like used photos and videos of the work to okay, I used CapCut, yeah, to join the photos and videos together, then using a voice narration to like create the content. But it wasn't to my satisfactory actually. So it wasn't for myself or for a product in particular. It was just for this particular company, solar installation and security systems. So hello?
Okay, okay, okay. All right. That's nice. So you were actually trying to market for a particular solar company.
Yes.
Okay, so you created the. So in that, I want to actually know, like, for the video you created, conceptualization and everything you did inside, was it centered on the solar only, or you actually had
Hello?
a? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So for the content you created for the solar, was it a
Mm.
voiceover you did, or you actually, expressing, doing all those, you're talking inside the video and trying to do all those things?
Okay, there was one I did with a write up,
Okay.
a video write up. Then there's the one I did with a voicing. Yeah.
Okay, so you're not inside.
No, officially I wasn't inside the video.
Okay, so you're just doing voiceover.
Yes, like a voiceover. Yes.
Okay, okay. All right, that's nice.
But sir, I have a question, or let's say an observation,
Okay.
kinda relating to this particular question you asked me.
Yeah.
From what I actually observed, I think most of the content we are going to create for most brands could be a voiceover. It might not be something that would really need you in the video. I guess, I don't know. So it's kind of more like an observation than a question. So, but there are ones that will still need you to show, like I guess. Well, most ones I've come across, they are mostly like a voiceover. I don't know. Sure, depending, sure.
Um, I think I'll actually meet it now because I'm hearing myself back. So for this observation you just say is this observation you said now, I think in most cases that's what some marketers do, right? So, but I don't know. Come across have you come across an engagement where the company sends you products, the products that they own, to your location, then you use the products to create those content for them, like because they need to. There's what is called brand trust, right? Maybe in their line of services, they they prioritize their brand trust very well, right? So they wouldn't just want someone, their marketer, to actually have pictures, or they'll actually say someone doing the video and then they will make a voiceover explaining the video. Like some brands don't actually like that. So because they prioritize their brand trust between their product and their customers. So in building brand trust, the presence of face as in the face of the person inside that video holding the product is very, very, very important, right? Very, very important. So that's why you see some companies, if their marketer or their social media manager is not on site, maybe it's a remote type of role. That's why I see some of them, they end up saying, okay, even if it's a remote type of role, they want you within a particular country. Reason because so that they'll be able to ship their product to you, so that you create the content and market for them. That's why if you go on Upwork, you see uh, some jobs that like social media manager or digital marketer, but they tell you that it's remote but in a particular country, right? So that if they are selling um, like your solar type for the particular company, they could send you their own type of solar design, right? So that you use it to create the content and boost do their marketing campaign for them. So, but some companies actually don't prioritize that. So that's why you may end up doing a voiceover. So even doing a voiceover these days now, they have concepts that are attached to it. I don't know if you've come across some videos on Instagram, sorry, on YouTube Shorts, or even on TikTok, where you see that the actual video is playing on the person is on one side of the video making a commentary, right? Then the video is actually playing. So you could actually use that same concept again, because you could actually use that same concept again because once you do that, you actually building their brand trust. People will actually want to engage in the video. So it's not everybody that like all those, you're advertising a product and it's just a voice talking, talking, talking. They might just get bored. They want to actually see that person talking, because there's a chemistry between humans, right? There's a chemistry. That's why you see people who do long distance relationship, they have serious grace of God on their life, right? So you understand? So I mean, the person is not within. You're not seeing that person, interacting with that person, right? The chemistry, in fact, the relationship trust is not going to be that strong. I'm not saying that distance relationship don't really work. It works, right? But what I'm talking about is the chemistry, trying to relate it to product and the brand. So because you're building a relationship between the company and the consumer, like they are the ones in love, like they're the ones in this relationship now, right? So if the consumer don't see the face of the company, like how do you expect their, the chemistry to be that strong? So that's why it's very, very, very important. Right? It's very, very important. So maybe if you should get an opportunity as a marketer in the nearest future, or as a social media manager, and you're trying to create content, once you from the previous content you've created, you try to make your own survey and see, okay, these videos I've done, they're not passing this particular type of views or particular type of engagement. There is something that you're missing. So that's when you say, okay, you should try something new. So today, try this something new. Try to show your face, even if you're trying to do a voiceover. Try to show your face, a video of your face, either talking or making a hand gesture. All this, you can do it, right? You just go to your CapCut, you know, you merge the two videos, and voila. And then you post that type of video, and also try to boost it. So these are the kind of little things that some brand try to put into action brand to do. Regardless of, okay, some people actually saw, so where someone was actually typing his own name, but the person actually saw that his or her name is going to reflect very well. So we are at the almost ending part of today's class, right? Today's orientation class, we're almost at the ending part of today's class, and today's orientation class has been a good one. So, but before we round up, like, I would like to make a quick survey. Hope, hope you all understood what we have explained today, right? So, if you actually did, that you understood, so I will know I understood. Probably then the question will be answered in the next class. So, if you understood this orientation and everything, you can use the chat section to actually type you understood, right? Then we'll round up. Yes, the class is recorded. And it's going to be distributed um, at the end of this week. So you expect the class at the end of the week. All right. So Chinaza understood. Um, Ibaidu, Ibaidu understood, Elizabeth understood. All right. So that's this. So prepare yourself for tomorrow. Same time, and I'll see you all in class. But I think I should I give a tax for today? No, let's leave the tax for tomorrow. All right. So we'll give tax starting tomorrow. Oh yeah, Chinasa, you're welcome. Okay, all right, that's good. So, yeah, Geraldine, you're welcome. Uh, oh, Chinasa, you have a question. You can ask the question, but I will answer the questions class. Chinasa, did you hear me? You can open your mic and ask the question.
Okay, sir. Sir, my question is, how can one overcome tension while creating a video where you'll be seen? Because I know most of us
Cause
do
what?
as like, how can one overcome the tension of talking on a video where they will be seen? You know, it makes you sometimes stutter.
Okay,
You kind of like start stuttering, yes. But if you're not being seen, you can talk fluently and confidently. But when you're going to be seen, you stutter most of your lines. And how can one overcome that?
okay, all right. I've heard your question. I've heard your question, right? It's a very important question. So, like I said, I will attend to the question next class, right? So, but regardless, it's not something. It's not a big thing. It's something that you can definitely overcome once you put everything in place, right? So, I'll explain that thing first, first thing tomorrow before we go deeper into the class. So, see you guys tomorrow and have a nice day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yes, you're welcome once again.